Hi friends, welcome back to my channel. If you are watching my channel first time, please like, share, subscribe and don't forget to click on bell icon. Today, I would like to introduce you to a great personality and great civil engineer, Miss Sailaja. Hi Sailaja, thank you so much for giving me your valuable
Hi,
time.
thank you for inviting me for your YouTube channel.
Yeah, Sailaja, why don't you introduce yourself?
So, good evening, people. This is Sailaja Ganti. I'm a graduate from Andhra University College of Engineering, 2017-2021 pass out batch. And my main interest, the reason I chose civil engineering is fascination towards buildings and their outlooks.
Okay.
Apart from being a civil engineer, I'm an artist and an music enthusiast too.
You're an artist. Can you tell me something about artist? What exactly you have done? Did you acted in any short film or something, or you acted in your college?
Basically, I'm into arts, like I'm into charcoal arts and not towards acting or anything. I'm into charcoal arts and pastel works. I have done a few portraits before, and I'm into abstract works, charcoal works, watercolor paintings, and stuff.
Okay, okay. Can you tell me something about your family background?
My family background is really short and sweet.
Okay,
I have a sister, Sarika. She is presently pursuing her BTech in Gayatri Vidya Parishad College of Engineering. My mom, Lalita, is a homemaker. My dad works in Geo, and my grandparents live with us. And they totally support me in whatever I do. My family is really my strength.
good to know. Good to know. Um, Basically, you're a civil engineer, right? You're like
Yeah.
upcoming civil engineering professional. Can you tell me something exactly what subjects you have in the BTech civil engineering?
Basically, civil engineering is nothing but your day-to-day life, because day-to-day life is nothing but engineering. When you walk, it's physics. When you live in a house, it is completely based on civil engineering. And when you use a machine, it's mechanical or computerized. Your computer itself is made by an engineer. So
Correct.
rather than explaining what actually engineering is, it is a day-to-day life of a human being. So coming to civil engineering, my subjects are simple but difficult. Like, it's not that easy, not that tough, but when you understand, it's really easy. And we have got subjects like steel structures and RCC, I mean reinforced concrete structures, and fluid mechanics, engineering mechanics. Next, strength of materials, building construction of materials, building planning and drawing. Mm, not only in the technical stuff, but we have got about environment, how environment plays, and how engineering affects the environment, and
Okay.
estimation and quantity serving, etc.
Mhm. Then which subject do you feel like it's difficult and which subject do you feel like very easy?
For me, the most difficult subject is always fluid mechanics. Fluid mechanics is really a nightmare for me.
Okay.
And the easiest subject I've ever dealt is, like, which I feel comfortable, is building planning and drawing, because I know how, learning perspective drawing and applying it on paper is really simple for me, because I have been practicing it since years now. It has been easy for me rather than others. But fluid mechanics, remembering all the formulae were is still a nightmare to me.
Okay. And my background is no way connected to civil engineering. That's the reason I come up with some FAQs. I'm going to ask you in technical terminology, which can be useful for some of my audience who are interested to get into like civil engineering, like a department or civil engineering professional. And they are like, can you tell me what is the standard and normal size of a brake in Indian perspective?
In India, basically the standard size of a brick is about, I'm talking in millimeters now. It is about 190 into 90 into 90 mm. And normal size is a little variant to that, but we use standard size basically.
Okay.
So it
Can
is
I can I
190,
know
90 to
exactly
90.
what is the size of the brick? Do you have any idea?
It basically depends upon the specifications given. So basically we go with the standard size, that is 190 mm is 19 centimeters length, 90 mm is 9 centimeters height, and 90 mm, that is 9 centimeters depth. So that is where we regularly use in not
Okay.
general constructions or anywhere. This is the mostly practiced brick size present in
Mhm.
India.
Okay. Okay. See, as per my knowledge, structural engineering very important in civil engineering, right? Can you tell me
Yeah.
something about structural engineering? Why it is so difficult? Why is so important?
Basically, structural engineering is the heart of civil engineering, according to me.
Okay.
Because when you design a structure, it has to be for a life. It has to have a life, and it has to retain for long years. It's just not like something we build with stones or something. Like not like a beach castle. It hardly stays for 2 3 years. But investing more and promising the future, the
Okay.
structures have to be more. So structures are nothing but what are the forces acting on a building, and how do you construct and how do you counteract the forces acting on it, like wind or any self weight, etc. If we go in deep, that's a very big subject, and that'll almost take a big book to write.
No, no, I
And
don't want in detail. I want to know like very high level.
structural engineering is something which you deal for structures, like let it be your house itself is a structure, and constructing it, resisting like uh, how much should be the slab and how much should the it should weigh, or the any forces acting on it, how what are the forces acting on it, and how can you counteract them, and what is the moment at this place and what is the moment at that place, and what are the counter reactions. That's all about structural engineering.
Yeah,
That
nice.
is just a brief introduction, but when you go in, it is a deep sea.
No, nicely answered. And before starting any kind of civil like structure, definitely you should go with a DPR, right? Can you tell something about what is DPR?
DPR is nothing but detailed project report.
Okay.
Before that is not only in civil engineering, but before you start any process or before you get into any work, you first estimate how much it costs or how much work you're going to invest. So in civil engineering, detailed project report is nothing but the details, like the minute details, including the workers and how much material you're investing in it, and how many people it will take, and what's the time going to be taken, and in how much time you're going to complete the project, and what are the pros and what are the cons. Each and every detail is written in that DPR, that is project report, and it is mandatory for any civil engineering project.
Okay. Okay. That's good. And can I know what is bearing capacity of a granite? I think
Bearing
like in the
capacity.
structure of the building, granite also nowadays plays a vital role, right?
Yeah.
Please go ahead.
So bearing capacity of material to material differs very variantly. So granite it's about 240 to 45 kg per meter cube, I guess. Centimeter kg per centimeter square, I guess. I'm
Okay.
not that perfect with all the bearing capacities, because the mostly we remember only a few things, like how do we calculate for soil and how do we calculate for some a few things. But granite, I think it's about a 40 to 45 kg per centimeter square.
Okay. Okay. And can I know like how is the water cement ratio associated with the strength of a concrete?
Water cement ratio is mandatory for cement, because
What is the ratio?
it complete ratio.
Yeah.
It depends upon the grade of concrete you take actually.
Mhm.
So It depends upon, like, there are different grades in concrete, M25, M30, and there are different grades, and it depends upon that. So it is actually essential because it determines the durability and stability of a structure. When if there's excess water or anything, it might lead to any disturbance in the structure or anything, and it depends upon the grade you take.
Okay, okay. Sounds good. Yeah. Can I know what is the standard size of hook and angle?
Hook and angle are nothing but, when a structure is being constructed, suppose take a pillar. When you take a pillar, there's a steel rim kind of thing placed. When you go to a site, if anyone is a civil engineer, when you work in a site, when you construct pillars, suppose there are four rods here, and you have a small, like a particular diameter bent rectangular or particular shaped according to the pillar that's made actually. So
Okay.
that is called a hook. I mean, that's called a bend and hook. That is made for retaining the shape actually. When they place it and they get concrete later. When I worked as an intern, I've seen that actually. So when they place it around the pillar, and after it's completely set, there's a particular distance maintained. So when there's a particular distance maintained, what they do is after some time they reinforce it. Actually, they pour the concrete there. So that is called hoop, and it's placed at a particular angle, like 45 degrees or 90 degrees, according to the design actually. So structural design plays a key role here, and standard site like.
Can I know how will you define bleeding? What is exactly a bleeding in civil engineering?
So bleeding actually refers to concrete here.
Okay.
If you have been if anyone has have been to any construction site or newly constructed site, they find lots of water actually. They actually water a structure because to attain its strength. So when there's concrete or when there's any slab or something, you find there's curve like thing and there's water upon it unknowingly, because you don't water sometimes and suddenly you find water. So the tendency of concrete, which oozes out water on itself, that's called bleeding.
What exactly you do when the bleeding is going on?
We cure it actually. We cure it, or while designing itself, we see that we don't.
Some draining or something?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like if it is caused, we drain it. Otherwise, we cure it. There are some curing procedures for that.
Okay.
Otherwise, when you're constructing the structure itself, we take care such things do not occur.
Acha. Okay. Okay. Can I know what is coping?
Coping. So when you there are sometimes my home is actually an example. We in our house, what happens is when we go to terrace, it's a slope kind of structure there. Okay. So covering that slope with proper cement or any kind of substance, like any material regarding civil engineering, covering that substance is called coping. Covering that slope. Okay. Covering that slope to protect it from any environment or any defects is known as coping.
Okay. Okay. Can I know what is hybrid foundation?
Hybrid foundation. Basically in the foundation you have the footings and all the concrete and stuff. So in hybrid foundations, you have piles. Piles are something which bear a lot of load. Nowadays, in all the structures, we see more pile inculcated structure foundations and all. So basically, the hybrid foundation refers to pile and normal, like the traditional foundation and inculcated with piles, so that it retains more strength.
No, it absorbs. Is there any difference between piles and a hybrid foundation, or both are same?
There's definitely a difference because sometimes the foundation is dependent on soil actually. You know, foundation is nothing but is it's down the soil there, and whatever you construct upwards, like the superstructure, whatever you construct, the total load acts on the soil and on the foundation. Ultimately, it is there. So sometimes the soil may be weak, like maybe sandy soils or something. That is sandy soils. For example, if you take sandy soils, it's really dangerous. So in
Okay.
that cases, when there's no other option, you have to construct it there. So what we do is we construct piles. So piles are nothing but additional structures which take the total load of the superstructure and distribute it equally on the ground.
Okay, I got it. I got it. And can you tell me something about, apart from like technical thing, what exactly you like in general?
Regarding civil engineering or my
No,
hobbies?
no, no, no. I'm not talking about technical thing. In general, what do you
In
like
general,
when you have a free time? Exactly what you do?
my free time is completely consumed of my art now. I run a small business kind of thing. It's not a business, but I sketch. So as I told before, I'm into sketching and all. I have an Instagram page called the Art Factory,
Okay.
and it's been 1 year I've started my arts and doing commission works.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm pretty occupied with all my commission works, and I really love to sketch what I like. Recently, I've sketched the Friends cast, and I'm doing some particular sketches regarding the Rakhi for some clients. And apart from sketching, I'm a big foodie. I love to explore food and I love traveling.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm into music also. Basically, I love music. I've learned it before and I'm continuing it. So
Okay.
apart from technical and stuff, these all are my stress busters, and yeah, I'm mostly a movie buff. I
Mm-hmm.
love watching movies too.
Okay. In the Sailaja, can I know like what is your short-term goal and what is your long-term goal? You may be having a multiple goals, but I want to know very high level.
My short-term goals are to, establish my art thing because art is presently moving me, and that's the only thing, only escape, the great escape kind of thing. So I want to expand my art. I'm presently into portraits, and I just want to introduce, hand lettered cards, doing some handmade keychains or something. And I want to work. Basically, I'm interested doing masters in interior designing. So before entering into interiors, I just want to work for a while. In later, I want to study. And long-term goals are to main give no see, I want to look after my parents actually, and I want to see them very happy. I want to make them proud. So that's the only long term goal I have, and I have to travel. Traveling is the main, long time goal I always had. And short term goals are like I want to expand my art factory, and I want to work. So these are my short-term and long-term goals. Apart from those, I want to continue music whatever happens. That's the only that's the only thing which gives me peace of mind in all the cases.
Okay. See, Sailaja, best of my knowledge, everyone wants to do the engineering stream. They want to go to a computer science or electronics, but some people may be passionate towards like civil engineering, right? Can you tell me something about upcoming like civil engineers or who wants to get into that particular stream in their educational or academic career? What you give a suggestion?
My suggestion is learn completely because I know I have not studied up to the mark. I feel it right now because nowadays the technology has been increasing so rapidly that when you step into this field, you have to have complete knowledge. Let it be in AutoCAD, I mean, like AutoCAD stuff or anything. You have to have complete knowledge. And due to the pandemic, we have already lost a few opportunities actually. So
Okay.
before entering into, but apart from all this, civil is an evergreen subject. You know, as I've already stated in the start, civil or engineering is day-to-day life of a person, actually speaking. So civil is wherever you go, when you see a home, okay, this is our work. Every civil engineer can proudly say that we can do this and we do
Correct.
this.
Correct. Correct.
So for this generation kids, they're always creative. They don't do, uh, they can't take all the pressure for themselves. Someone should say this. They have someone says this and I have to do this. I'm not going to do this. They're of that mentality. And for those people who want to stand up on their own, or they want to establish their own firm, or, they have to say, I can do it. I made this. Civil is like, I prefer civil is the best thing. Work hard and, do something creative. Some nowadays builders are coming with many ideas actually. So what's the difference? Why should I go to this person? Why should I give my project to this particular person? We have to make a particular mark that she is unique or he is unique in this work, and it is a textbook. The work is textbook. That word is totally enough to say how successful you are.
Correct.
So my suggestion is, if you want to choose, you can happily choose, but you know, it takes time. Other than like CSE and all, computer science or electrical engineering, settlement is fast. When you come out of the college and you have many companies around you to take in you. But in civil engineering, it's completely upon what you study and what you employ. When I've my personal experience, go and do some internship at any project you like. Let it be
Okay.
in railways or any site works. You have to do. You have to have some practical knowledge, because what we study, we don't apply it practically. We have to add some add-ons, or you have some deductions also. So when you apply it practically, you'll know how it is and how the actually work goes on, and what are the pros and cons, and can I do it? It's just like a self-assessment to yourself. Can I be here, or should I shift? So that is the main thing you have to do. And apart from it, civil is really a good subject, and as they say, it's evergreen. Wherever you go, it'll always follow you.
Right. 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 Correct. Okay, Sailaja, thank you so much for giving a very useful and valuable information to my audience and our audience. Thank you once again for giving your valuable time.
Thank you.
I hope like we
Thank
had
you
a
so
nice
much.
conversation, which can be useful for lot of people who are coming to this particular civil engineering field. Thank you so much.
Thank you. If I've said any small mistakes, please kind of ignore them. And if you're on Instagram, you can follow me on my art page, the Art Factory 06, and you can contact me for any commission works or portraits. And I think this conversation was useful to either some of the people who are very interested in civil engineering stuff, because I'm not that great or something. I'm just a budding engineer.
Right.
And thanks to Prasanna Garu for handling this conversation in a smooth manner and improving our skills and letting the world know what actually a budding engineer looks like.
Correct. Thank you so much. Okay.
Thank you.
Bye.